everyone, it's Bashara. Welcome back to another live video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you like spiritually motivated content about you, yourself, becoming a better version of yourself, a higher version of yourself. This is the channel for you. Like this video if it helped you. Be sure to share it with someone else that you feel it can help, and leave your comments and questions down below in the comment section. Okay, now as you can see by the title, it says, should you submit to your man? And I'm gonna go ahead and just cut right to the chest. I think that yes, you should submit to your man, okay? But I don't look at submission like how society look at submission. Society looks at submission like you just giving yourself away to this man, and now you just a housewife. You got to do everything he say. He's the boss of you. He's the controller of you. He rules you now. You have no rights. Like, I don't look at submission like that. My definition of submission and what the Holy Spirit laid on my spirit this morning about this topic is that submitting to a man is all about being vulnerable to him, okay? So most of us go into relationships. I know I have. We go into relationships and we are highly guarded, okay? Our guards is up, our defenses is up, our guns is up, okay? We got all our garbage with us from the past. We telling them what we done been through and what we don't want him to do to us based on what we've been through. You know, we're not going in soft-hearted, okay? Soft-hearted and open with our defenses down. You know what I'm saying? That is my definition and what the Holy Spirit told me about being submissive. What being submissive is all about. Being submissive is submitting to him by being completely and honestly vulnerable to this man. Now, Beyonce is the perfect example of what it looks like to be completely and open and vulnerable to that man. Now, vulnerability is not about being a fool, okay? Now, as the woman in your vulnerability, in your submission, okay, the man knows that is the weaker counterpart. That is of the woman. The woman is the weaker counterpart. And in her submission, in her vulnerability, that makes her weaker than him already. So he knows his power. Now, if the man chooses to abuse his power, that's not on you. Okay? Now, that is not on you. If the man chooses to abuse his power and take your vulnerability for granted, that is not on you, and he will be dealt with, you know. And if he is a true God, and if he's a true man of God, he will know his consequences, okay? He will know not to take advantage of power, okay? That's like one of the top spiritual laws, is you don't abuse power, okay? And a real divine man knows not to misuse or abuse his power of being vulnerable and you being a weaker counterpart, okay? But that's not your job. That's not your place. You as a woman, your place is to be completely and open and vulnerable to this man, okay? Defenses down, guards down, soft-hearted, smiling, in love, looking at him in his eyes, submitting, okay? Giving yourself to this man, okay? Now, what happens is when you give yourself to this man like this, when you are completely and this is the energy, okay? This is an energy of being in a vulnerable state is an energy that you emit off, okay? Now, when you do this, it's not something that you can fake, okay? It's not an energy that you can fake. It has to be real, okay? Now, when you are doing this, what happens is you become an irresistible magnet to this man. This man cannot lose you. And if he does screw up, okay, if he does screw up, if he does misuse his power, he's going to be chasing you. He's going to be just like one of those men in the R&B songs saying he just feel like he just walked out of heaven, feel like he just threw his life away, okay? Just like the Jagged Edge song, feel like I just walked out of heaven. He gonna feel like he just walked out of heaven, he just threw his life away. He gonna be like Tyrese on his knees begging and pleading to have you back, okay? Now, it's your choice as a woman, okay? Now, this is what happened to Beyonce and Jay-Z as well. When Jay-Z was doing all that cheating and stuff, Beyonce was vulnerable. She was keeping her place as a woman by being vulnerable to her man. Jay-Z misused his power. He abused it. He stepped out on her, and he found himself chasing her all around Paris. Chasing her all around Paris. He had to win her back. You know what I'm saying? It'll be your choice as a woman to take him back. Okay? And I bet you when he come back, he gonna be done learned his lesson. He be done never did that junk again. okay? Because he realized that, first of all, you as a vulnerable woman, you have the advantage, because first of all, it's not many vulnerable women out here. It's not many women willing to submit. It's not many women willing to be vulnerable to a man. So that's already, you already have an advantage, because 9 times out of 10, he's not going to replace you if you coming in with an attitude like that, okay? Now, if you're with a man that you cannot see yourself being completely vulnerable with and completely submissive to, that's not the divine connection. That's not the divine selection for you. The man for you, the man that is for you, your twin flame, your divine connection, your divine lover, you will submit to him. You will be totally and completely vulnerable to him. And you will be like an irresistible magnet to him. He will not be able to replace you, and he will not ever want to lose you. No one will be ever able to top you if you are completely vulnerable and submissive to this man. Okay? Now, that is it for this video. Leave your comments and questions down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, and I will see you guys on my next one.